Hello everyone, and welcome back to the 242nd season. The Indiana Pacers, who are 22-17 and 1-7 in their last 8 games, struggling going into a game against the Chicago Bulls. This is a series where I play an entire NBA season, and every quarter is only 60 seconds. It's led to some fun chaos. It's also led to some utter heartbreak. We had 3 overtime games in a row. Obviously, 2 of those were losses against Denver and against Atlanta. Pulled off an overtime win against Charlotte. Probably should have even gone to overtime in the first place. And we also had a 5-point lead pretty late in the Denver game as well. So it has been a rough stretch. Still 5 games over 500. The team chemistry is slipping, though. It is down to 52%. It was as high as like 70s, 71, somewhere in there. But it's obviously team chemistry starts to kind of fall apart when you go, long stretches without winning. And that is what the Indiana Pacers have done lately. Maybe Chicago can help us. I believe we beat them handily last time we saw them. We saw them in Indiana not too long ago. Maybe it was pretty early in the season. I don't know. These games go by so fast, it's hard to keep track of everything. But still having a good time with it, even though I keep getting my butt kicked. Not today. I just want to pop in here to say I have no idea why the audio dropped. It just, it went to the first player and then it just went way quieter.
Let's meet your Chicago Bulls. At point, at 6'3", number 0, Kobe White. At the small forward position, standing 6'8", number 22, Otto Porter. The big man, standing 6'8", number 34, Wendell Carter. The other forward position, at 7'0", number 24. Starting at the other guard, at 6'6", number 8, Zach LaVine. Donovan is your head coach. The starting lineup for your Chicago Bulls.
Coming to you live on this Tuesday night, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me tonight, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, with our Hall of Famer David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. The Chicago Bulls revamped their front office. Along with that comes a new coaching staff. Expect an emphasis on passing, pace, and versatile players. The Bulls have talented young players, and as they develop that team IQ, they hope that this team will finally turn the corner. Kevin?
DA, thank you. And midway through the season now, the power rankings starting to show a more complete picture. Look at Toronto. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And looking at Indiana, they've hit a little rough patch, but they know what they're capable of. It's just a matter of going out and proving it on a nightly basis.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Ogden and Oladipo, the backcourt duo. JaVale McGee is out there with Domantas Sabonis, and it's Holiday in at the 3, the small forward. And for Chicago, Markkanen and Carter are up front. LaVine at the 2 with Porter at the 3, and it's White in at the point guard.
Okay, here we are in Chicago. One of the most recognizable
So
logos
Indiana
in
wins the tip.
any sport.
Oladipo against Levine.
There we go.
And there's
Run it
Oladipo
right at
on the
Levine and
assist by
get an
Sabonis.
easy 2 here.
Yeah, this is light work for Oladipo. If the D doesn't force him out of that area, they're done.
Carter
Okay,
outside.
I'd like to get around the player, please.
Back to Levine from outside the arc.
Yeah,
Bangs
that
home
was-
the trifecta.
Nice play.
Easy look provided by Carter Jr. always helps when your bigs can move the rock.
I don't know why I'm bringing this up. Oladipo, you want to come into the front court?
And
Thank you,
McGee kicks to Oladipo.
I
Outside Holiday.
bam!
And they
There we
wasted
go.
No time getting those 3
There
points
we
back.
go, Holiday.
The real.
That is what
Come at
I am
us,
looking
and we're coming
for.
Right back at you.
I am. Uh-oh.
Talk about
Uh-oh.
great
Uh-oh.
competition going
I
on.
went to
That's
the
what makes
wrong
a matchup
player.
like this so much fun to watch.
Cut inside.
Here's Oladipo. Had a hand on it.
That got
And
blocked.
they get it
All right,
back.
all right. McGee, all the way
Outside
out
to
to
Brogdon.
Brogdon. That was a
Over
terrible, terrible shot. Okay,
They get it back.
McGee.
Oladipo outside.
Bam.
And the Pacers
There we go.
Another 3.
There we go. 8-3.
Opponents
I have
worry
as many
about
points in this
Oladipo's quickness
quarter as I did in the
attacking
last
basket,
game.
which really helps him create good looks from the perimeter.
And that does it for the first quarter.
McGee is an
Indiana
offensive
out in
rebounding
front. They lead by
machine.
5. And the
absolute-
second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in
Godsend on the
just a moment.
offensive rebounding side. Maybe that's the key. The key is that McGee needs to get more offensive
And
rebounds.
thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us,
Hey,
we've
I
played
thought it
through
was a
one
lighting
quarter of action
thing.
so
Why is
far.
this-
And before we
why does he
move
have
on, what do you guys think about
red
what we've
and-
seen
or
so
orange
far
and
from the
purple?
Pacers?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
They've been quicker to the ball, showing great anticipation and terrific hustle.
Oh,
Satoransky with it on the
little-
court for Indiana.
maybe not a runaway
Turner's out there
victory,
with
but
Nance. Then
a
it's
less
McDermott.
stressful
Then it's Jeremy
victory.
Lamb. And it's Holiday in at the 1.
Carter
And it's
misses.
Carter missing.
I thought that one was
Holiday
going to go
really
down. The
let 'em
mid-range
there.
jumpers. Oh, man, that's your
There we go. There you go. Nice jam, Lamb.
And the leaping ability of Lamb, he gets off the ground.
I'm surprised that they gave
fast.
me a dunk animation and not a layup
They can go
animation.
2 for 1.
It's about being smart.
Also, I'm kind of
right
surprised
now.
that 45 is not retired.
Here's Valentine, and he makes good on the layup.
Okay, listen, you got to body
Guess
him up
Jordan
when
didn't
he's
do
in the
anything
paint. If you
memorable in
play off of
45.
him, then that's just 2 easy points.
10-5.
Holiday up top. Satoransky covering.
All right, we're good. We're good.
Lamb up top. The dish to Nance.
There we
Count
go.
that one.
Yeah, this
Surprised
league
that
is
qualified
in
is wide
good
open. There were
shape
2
when you
defenders
talk
right
about
there.
Guys like Nance, the consummate role player, does everything that's asked of him.
A little low here on the clock.
Down low.
Turner.
Here's Carter.
Come on,
Just
Turner.
knocked down the
You were right
buzzer
there.
beater.
One eye on the
Okay.
rim,
Successful
one eye
first
on the
half with
clock.
12 points.
Nice
Up
job.
5.
That's
Should have
the
first
way
possession
you want to
after
end
half.
the
Or
quarter with the momentum
Bulls will
on
have
your
first
side.
possession after
And
halftime.
that's it for the first half
Gives
of
us
action.
in
in
good
what's been a
position for
fairly
the
close
for the
game
fourth
here.
quarter.
Pacers lead by 5.
Weird shot.
From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. For the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5 points. They're in good position at the half after a second quarter that was dead even in scoring. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
Well, it's easy to see why they've been the better team offensively. They've been shooting the lights out of the ball. They're running their strong offensive system and making most of every good shot that they get.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
They got to get more aggressive on the glass. Over the first half, we saw them being schooled down low. You know what I'm going to say, Ernie. Barbecue chicken. If I was coach in the locker room right now, they'd be getting an earful. Extra rebounding. Effort will pay off in other ways. The energy is really where it starts. Something like that, Ernie.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Victor Oladipo really making a difference here.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
He's so good at reading opportunities and seizing up on whatever the defense gives up.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game.
Can I please, thank you. I'd like to be Oladipo.
For the Chicago Bulls.
I'd like to fail on the
It's a
defensive end as
5-point game.
Oladipo.
White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Markkanen and Carter are up front.
Yeah,
And
that was a good,
at the
ball
small
movement.
forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And Brogdon, here
There we
we
go.
go.
Underrated as an athlete.
definitely felt like a
Brogdon's speed
mismatch.
helps him get to where he wants to be.
I don't know a lot about the Chicago
And here are
Bulls
the Bulls
lineup,
now.
but
At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip.
wow, who's that going on
Some
holiday?
highs and lows
All right.
for Kobe White in his rookie season. But you can see the upside he possesses, Kevin. White can get hot and fill it up in a hurry.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And he's shooting
I
his
think it's
free
the first
throws
free
to
throw
the tune
attempt in general of the night.
75% this season. Fairly standard numbers.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for White.
There's so many levels to Kobe White's potential as a scorer. I mean, but he's really impressed me with his ability early on.
Okay. 33.8, up by 3. First possession of the second half. We can go 2 for 1 here. Push the pace a little bit.
And both free throws good for White.
Clutch. Those free throws turn this into a one-possession ball game.
Oladipo for 3. The shot, no good.
Yeah, maybe a little
And
too
Chicago
aggressive
will
there.
go the other way with the ball. White the pass to
Get
Carter.
a 2 for 1
Levine
opportunity
up
though.
top. Over Oladipo. And
Okay.
good. Got the friendly bounce off the right
All
side
right.
of the rim.
So
Levine's
that was
got
terrible.
5 points so far.
And it is 14-14. A game that I definitely controlled early.
Here's Brogdon.
Just trying too hard to
Oladipo
do
outside.
too much.
Back to Brogdon.
Oh, that's not actually who I wanted to throw it to.
Got it up. And the last second
And I
attempt
didn't,
does not
wasn't,
go in for
oh God.
Bringing a competitive
Didn't pay
energy
enough attention to the clock
defensive
there,
end.
and
White
I
stays connected to his man and plays
faltered
with
at the end of the
advantage.
third quarter. Okay,
It's all
rough
tied in
rough
Chicago.
stretch
Don't
for the
go
Pacers
anywhere.
there.
The final quarter is coming up next
Scored
on
what, 2
2K
points,
Sports.
gave up 7. All of a sudden, it's an even game heading into quarter number 4.
How about a look at today's State Farm
Why am I not
assist of
making
the
this
game?
easier on myself?
Yeah,
This was a
an
game that
easy
I was in
choice
control
tonight.
of.
Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on
All of a
platter
sudden-
for him.
Yeah, he put it on the platter and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even
Okay.
more action in store for us. On the court right now for the Pacers. Brogdon and Oladipo, the backcourt duo. Hands out there with Turner, and it's Lamb.
Boom! There we go.
Yes.
That's the read I
And you
want to
can't
see.
get a
I'll
bigger
take the
bucket
quick.
than that.
I'll take the quick
That's
shots
why
if it's
they
easy
put
like
the
that.
ball in his hands. They know they
Thankfully,
can
the
count on him to
defender
make
collapsed
crucial
a little
shots.
bit too much.
Chicago calls timeout. They're trailing by 2. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Turner, Nance. Ah, we're good.
The Bulls making a switch
We're
here.
good.
Young's checked in. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter.
I debated
Dave
throwing
Owen.
McGee in the
Well,
Nance
during the break, I
position
listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with
just
his
for
team.
rebounding.
He told him, hey, guys, this is
Oh.
a close game, but if we
Oh,
execute
stop,
right here,
sir.
I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust
There
one
you
another.
go.
Make the simple play.
All right,
Kevin,
here we
back
go.
to you.
Pushing the floor.
We can probably
Lamb.
expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to
Okay,
milk
that's fine.
your
That's fine.
possession.
That's fine. We're in an okay position.
Oladipo, the
Brogdon.
pass to Brogdon.
Oladipo.
Lamb up
No.
top. Looking for Nance, and he gets it there.
Got it. Oh, thank
Late in the
God.
game, up big, they continue
Whew.
to attack.
And it's not about running up the
RB.
score. It's about closing
RB,
the
and
door
it's,
on
you
any
know what
kind of
I'm looking
comeback.
for.
Chicago calls
That also means
timeout.
I need to pay a lot more attention to where I'm putting players when in this be the coach thing, so they're not the wrong letter
Trying to get back
or button, and I think I'm throwing it to somebody and I'm not throwing it to the correct person. Oh, the Depot, player of the game.
And now let's present our New Balance.
He's averaging 5.5 points a game. That's really good.
And I love that it's been a hard charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought.
Oops.
To attack.
That was not my intention. We're good. We're good.
Tough spots and also finishing strong.
Speaking of Oladipo, player of the game, getting blocked here.
We just saw on replay.
Kind of a weird.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
All right, they're freeing up White. Oh, stolen away.
And you know what? That passing lane wasn't open for long. He closed it down in a heartbeat there to get the steal. Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Just kind of throw it forward. Brogdon's fine to go on the line. Oladipo would have been fine. Could have boosted his points, but that's okay. Nothing to worry about.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So
there we go.
Goes 2 for 2 at the
it
line.
was shaking, but there was like no
game.
crowd noise at all. That must be the was it D or whatever grade that they get for
those freebies.
Levine passes to Porter. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Weird. Okay. That's all right, McGee. It's okay. It happens. They're still down 6. They only have 3.1 to go, so no big deal. Oh, they didn't even worry about shooting the ball. Okay, 6-point Pacers win. All right.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off
a little bit of a rough game against Miami. I was thinking about it today, and it definitely feels like I'm beating the teams that I should be beating. For the most part, there's some slip-ups and trips here. But the teams that I'm maybe supposed to struggle against, I'm having a lot tougher time with.
So long, everyone.
But even sometimes it doesn't feel like they're that difficult. Like that Lakers game I thought was going to be way closer and way more competitive, but it just wasn't. I don't know. I feel like I had a fuller thought earlier today when I was thinking about it. And I was like, I'll talk about that when I play this game. And then I completely forgot because that was hours ago. Okay. Don't worry about that. Simulate through dates. And we will simulate to our home meeting against the Philadelphia 76ers. 76ers who beat us by 7 points about 2 weeks ago. So we'll see you back in Indianapolis, ready for another game of the 242nd season. See you next time.